The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Lokman IAS and make your UPSC dreams come true. Download the app now.
Hi everyone, my name is Mourya Bharadwaj. I have secured All India rank 28 in the recent UPSC Civil Services examination. Today I would like to discuss about my strategy regarding GS paper 3 and how to tackle it. So I have scored good marks in my GS 3 since my earlier attempts. I have crossed 100 a couple of times, and even this year I got 91 marks. So I will start with what worked well for me with respect to GS3. Firstly, when one analyzes the UPSC marking pattern from the last 2-3 years, GS3 is consistently being rewarded less marks. The evaluation has been strict and lot of toppers themselves are scoring less marks in GS3. So the reason which I understood for this trend is that a lot of aspirants try to write very generic answers for the questions that were given in GS3 paper. So in this video I would like to address the major aspects which one has to take care to score good marks in GS3. Firstly, when one views GS3 paper for preparation, he has to divide it into subtopics. Like GS3 mein, the first subtopic is economy, the second subtopic is agriculture, third subtopic is environment, fourth subtopic is science and technology, fifth subtopic is disaster management, sixth subtopic is security. So once every aspirant has to be thorough with the syllabus initially. So the syllabus for GS3 is available in the UPSC website as well as notification. He has to take that syllabus and he has to memorize each and every term that was present in the syllabus. Why syllabus is important is because many times questions will be vague or questions will be in those areas where aspirants have no clue about. So what one has to do in such scenarios is he has to relate the question to the syllabus and he has to answer the content which he know with respect to the topic in the syllabus. So one has to be really thorough with the syllabus with respect to GS3. And coming to the sources for GS3, with respect to economics part majorly deals with resource mobilization, planning, government budgeting, and various infrastructure aspects of our economy, as well as industrial policy of our economy. Apart from that, it also discusses about it also covers the investment models in the economy. So my major source was firstly I followed Sriram's economy material, printed material which was available in the market. Apart from that, Vision IAS coaching institution, it releases a value addition material which gives content for each topic individually. Like they have a PDF for infrastructure, they have a PDF for planning, they have a PDF for government budgeting. So those vision value addition materials used to be my base material for preparation. Apart from that, I used to be thorough with economic survey as well as budget. They are really important because when you are writing answer, you have to quote the statistics that were given from economic survey, and for some topics you have to quote various initiatives announced by the government in budget. For example, the Gati Shakti project, it comes under the topic of infrastructure. Similarly, investment models, we have various investment models such as hybrid annuity model and all, which were current in the news. So one has to be thorough with those current affairs. And these whatever sources I have told earlier, they cover the static part. For current affairs, I used to rely on newspaper, which is Indian Express, as well as Mains 365. Vision Mains 365 I used to follow for economics, so that my preparation was completed. So one thing one has to make sure is for every topic in the syllabus he has to have a content of 150 to 250 words, so that whenever any relevant question was asked from those topics, he has to be in a situation to reproduce that content or the notes which he has prepared. Coming to agriculture part, my sources for agriculture are same, vision, value addition material, and secondly I used to rely on Mains 365. These two used to form the major sources of agriculture. Agriculture is a very important topic. Every year short questions will be asked from topics such as PDS, subsidies, farmer subsidies, food processing industries, land reforms. So for land reforms, Mrunal website has an excellent content with respect to how land reforms were introduced, what is the state of their implementation, and what is the outcome of the land reforms that were being implemented. So every year one question like suggest the successes of land reforms or suggest the failures of land reforms. So some or the other such question is being asked. So when aspirants are prepared upfront on such topics, they will be able to deal such questions in the examination quite comfortably. So this is with respect to agriculture.
DKT UPSC CSE। अगर आप केवल सिविल सर्विस परीक्षा के प्रीलिम्स, मेंस और इंटरव्यू के वीडियो देखना चाहते हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करें DKT UPSC CSE चैनल। यहाँ आपको टॉपर्स के वीडियो रैंक के हिसाब से अरेंज मिलेंगे। चैनल के लिंक के लिए डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में जाएं।
And one more thing with respect to agriculture is one should be very thorough with the statistics. Like whenever you answer a question on food processing industries, you have to start with the food processing is a sunrise sector and it has showed so and so percentage of growth in the previous year as quoted by economic survey. So the stat should be there and who gave that statistics, those two should be important. So also initiatives in agriculture, one has to, in conclusions, one has to show what are the initiatives taken by government, like Ministry of Food Processing is there. So it might be taking several initiatives like Mission Sampada, and also one has to mention those government initiatives compulsorily in the answers. That will allow aspirants to score good marks. So that is with respect to agriculture. Third is environment. So most of your environment preparation will be covered during the prelims phase itself, your static preparation only. However, every year some recurring topics will occur like environment impact assessment. So one or the other question which directly or indirectly relates to the environment impact assessment will be there in GS3 paper. So if someone who is preparing has a short notes on environment impact assessment, it's some good case studies, some bad case studies. If he has a notes upfront only, he can write a good answer in the examination. So examples as well as case studies are important for environment topic. My sources for environment include same vision, value addition material, Mains 365 and Indian Express newspaper. So these three sources form the core of my environment topic preparation. So for environment, we have to link our answers with what India has pledged, the commitments India made at global level. Like we had made commitments in IPC, in UNFCCC. So those commitments like recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he had given a Panchamrit principle where he said that India will be net zero by 2070. All such aspects we have to mention in our answers so that our answers look more contemporary. Similarly, in environment or even in economics, we have to link our answers with sustainable development goals in conclusions. So such conclusions will enable aspirants to get high marks. So this is with respect to environment. Disaster management. Disaster management is an important topic. Usually 2 questions will come from this topic. So vision static material, disaster management notes forms the crux of my base notes. And secondly, I also read second ARC disaster management thoroughly. So the recommendations or the best practices which are given in the TRC, they are really important. And every year we see many disasters happening, and we get editorials in papers. Like now it's a rainy season, we see floods all over the country, like many cities experiences this urban flooding. So it's a recurring topic. So whenever such incidents happen, newspaper editorials will give best practices like spawn cities initiatives and all. We need to collect them, and we need to try to reproduce in the examination, so that our answers are more up to date. So that is with respect to disaster management. And lastly, security. Security is one more important topic. A lot of aspirants neglect security, but it is very high scoring also. Usually many aspirants, the mistake they do is in GS3, they start attempting sequentially, and usually security questions will be towards the end. So they don't try to address the security related questions well, and they end up losing the chance to score good marks. Security topics are very high scoring, so if you answer those questions well, your chances are that you will score high in GS3. For security, my source is firstly Vision Value Addition material and Mains 365. These two are my basic sources. Apart from that, I also used to follow Indian Express newspaper. These three forms the core of my GS security aspect. So for security also, we have to prepare topic wise. Like in syllabus they gave some 6 to 7 topics like money laundering, or role of external actors in security, border management, all these stuff. For every topic one has to have some 150 to 250 words of short notes, which has to be enriched with latest government initiatives, enriched with statistics, and he has to mug it up before the examination, and he has to reproduce whatever that was asked. If you see the past questions in security, most of the themes are recurrent, like cyber security. Every year one or the other question will be asked in cyber security. Similarly, terrorism. So you should have ready-made conclusions and ready-made introductions for such topics, so that once in examination hall you can directly apply them instead of thinking on the spot. It will save a lot of time, and it will also help you to score well in examination. Last year there was some surprises in GS3. A lot of factual questions were asked, like S-400 Triumph missile specifications and air quality index specifications and all. Usually if you know the those questions is well and good, but if you don't know such questions, for very specific questions it's better to leave such questions rather than trying to answer something, rather than faking it, because it will be punished. But some questions, it is indirectly related to some topic in the syllabus, so you can directly mention such the content which you have prepared under the topic. For example, there is a question called Cyber Dome that was being asked in 2019 or something, so it is something related to cyber security. So if you know some content regarding cyber security, you can apply whatever you have learned in such questions. Like that, one has to be smart enough in answering the questions from GS3. So another topic with respect to GS3 is science and technology. Every year questions are being asked on themes such as nanotechnology, space technology, biotechnology. So these are recurring themes. One has to be very thorough with the previous year questions. So preparation for science and technology part is, for static, take any standard publishers ka textbook like TMH or Arihant, etc., and cover topics such as space, nanotechnology, robotics, whatever that is there in the syllabus, read those topics from this textbook. And for current affairs, I used to follow Mains 365. These two constituted my preparation for science and technology part. So overall for GS3, one has to be very thorough with the previous year questions. When you see previous year questions, you will be observing a trend, basically how topics or themes are being repeated. So when you prepare upfront on such themes like cyber security or money laundering or biotechnology or PDS or anything, you make a short notes, you enrich it with statistics and certain committee recommendations as well as initiatives from government departments, and when you are able to answer the question well in the examination, definitely you will score well in GS3. That's it.